Hello there everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be filming a March favourites video. I've done a few of these in the past on my channel and I really enjoy filming them. So if you haven't already guessed, this video is basically one in which I show you all of my favourite items that I've been using recently. You can take a little bit of inspiration from it, maybe treat yourself to something nice, and that's basically the premise of the video. Before we begin, I do want to quickly say please don't forget to subscribe down below by hitting the button. I'm really close to 400 subscribers, which is super exciting. And without any further ado, I suppose we should just get started. So the first item I have to show you is actually one that I'm already wearing. You could probably guess that they're pyjamas. I've taken a very chillaxed vibe to this video today, but look how cute these are. Lilo and Stitch is my favourite Disney movie and Charlie bought me these pyjamas a little while ago. They're from Primark. I believe they were either £12 or £15, and even though I have had them for a while, I did see them in the store last week, so you can definitely still get your hands on these. As you've already seen, this is what the top looks like and the bottoms look like this. They're navy blue and they've got Stitch's face going all the way up and down. I think they're really cute. I absolutely love them, and they are that kind of woolly material, so they're not super thin, which I think is perfect going into the spring nights because it is still a little bit chilly right now. It's not warm enough to be wearing my shorts and t-shirt, but I'm also not wanting to wear really thick pyjamas, so this is a really nice middle ground and I absolutely love them because they look so cute. Sticking with clothing for a minute, the next thing I wanted to show you is also from Primark and it's actually a sweater. If you've been on TikTok recently, you've probably seen this because I swear to God, people are going crazy for it. And I can see why, because I absolutely love it and I went to buy it myself after watching the TikToks. It's this really nice orangey yellow colour. It says spread the love on it and it's got the 3 little sunflowers at the bottom, which are one of my favourite flowers, and I think it's so cute. The only thing I will say about it is it's very oversized. I picked this up in a small and it's still huge, so you could definitely size down a few times if you didn't want it to be that oversized look. This was £12, which I don't think is too bad really for something that looks this adorable, and it's perfect for the spring evenings again because I'm going to be going on lots of walks after work when the evenings get lighter, and something like this is just enough to take the chill off, so I'm really happy with it. A lot of my other sweaters are very winter based, like dark and gloomy colours, so this is definitely one that's going to brighten up my wardrobe ready for spring and summer. I do have one final piece of clothing to show you, which is surprising because I've not really been buying that many clothes over the past year or so. However, since starting my new job, I'm working in an office and I don't really have that much workwear, so I have been having a few little spend ups here and there recently, and this piece in particular is one that I am obsessed with now it's getting a little bit warmer. It's a really cute stripy dress, blue and white. I picked this up in H&M and I think it was £17.99. It's got absolutely no shape to it. It's completely free flowing, doesn't cling to your body at all, and comes down just below your knees. And I appreciate the fact that you can't see it very well on the video other than the pattern, but it is amazing. I will try and find a link to it down below, but I just found that on those weeks where we had really hot weather, it was perfect. It barely even showed a sweat patch, and believe me, I sweat so much. It was just so nice and airy to wear in the heat, so I know that I'm definitely going to get a lot of wear out of this. I actually seem to have picked this up in a small, which is very unlike me, but as I said, it is quite free flowing. It doesn't cling to you at all, so you could probably size down in that if you wanted to, as I am usually a UK medium or a 12 to 14. But I absolutely love this dress, and as I said, I will try and leave it linked down below. I can't do that with the Primark items, but I will try and do that with everything else if I can find them online. But for now, those are all of the clothing pieces that I have to show you guys. I am going to be filming a separate workwear haul of all of the worky pieces that I've picked up over the past few weeks, just because I've got some really nice items that are all new into the shops. This piece will definitely feature in there, so if you want to see it tried on, then make sure you don't miss out on that video. Hit the notification bell down below so you can see when I upload. But I think that video is going to be coming next week from when you're watching this. But moving on to my next section, I actually want to show you some books that I've had recently, or that I've been doing recently should I say, because I have had both of these for quite some time. The The first one isn't necessarily a reading book. It's called One Question a Day for You and Me, a 3-year journal, daily reflections for couples. And it looks like this. Again, this is something that I first saw on TikTok. I saw someone doing it with their husband who was in prison, and they both had a journal each. That's obviously a really unique situation. So in mine, I obviously fill this in at home with myself and Charlie. You get a line for each of you. I'm just going to turn to a random date so that I don't show you what we've already filled out. But you basically get asked a question each day or a statement, and you fill it in, and it goes on for 3 years. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but here's a question at the top of the page. There's the space to fill in the year, and then there's 2 lines for one person and 2 lines for the next. So I'll read you out a few. May the 20th, if you could be a wild animal, what would you be? May the 26th is my partner makes me laugh when he or she ... and then you fill in the blank. And then you've got other ones. June the 26th, what makes your partner different from other lovers you've had in the past? And it's just a really nice way to reflect on the evenings, because that's when we do ours. And we've actually learned so much about each other already, and it's only the end of March. So I'm really excited to fill this out this year, and then next year we'll be able to see our old answers and how much we've grown since then. I actually picked this up on Amazon about 6 months ago now, and we just waited until the new year to start it. So I will see if I can leave it linked down below again. I don't think it was very expensive, maybe between £10 and £15, which is an absolute steal if it's something you're going to use for 3 years and then keep afterwards. But I've just really enjoyed filling this in on the evening. I love the conversations that it's generated, and I love having that opportunity to reflect, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. So I definitely recommend getting this if you are in a relationship, and if you're a single Pringle, maybe you could just get it and fill it out yourself, but I wouldn't really recommend it in that instance. It is more of a romantic sort of book. The next book is the one that I'm currently reading, and I'm so close to the end of it. I think I'm about 80 pages away from the finish, and I wouldn't usually recommend a book unless I've finished it. But this one is so huge and so long that I can definitely recommend this because I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And that is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. And if you are into reading and reading these particular sorts of topics, you might have seen this book all over the internet because it's known for being very, very triggering. It actually won the Man Booker Prize in 2015, but I think it picked up traction in 2021, and that's when everyone started reading it. So as I said, it's known for being a very triggering book. So before you go and read it, if you are going to read it based on my recommendation, please make sure you read the list of trigger warnings on the internet, because it's definitely not for everyone. I personally read a lot of dark books about a lot of questionable topics sometimes, but even this book made my feet squirm sometimes and like curl up. So there's definitely been moments in there for me that I've been like, whoa, and I've had to take a deep breather. And I don't want to give away any spoilers. It's really hard to recommend a book without spoiling it, but I'll give a little brief summary of it. So it basically follows the story of 4 friends. They all have a traumatic history, and then it eventually zones in on one of those friends and follows him throughout his life journey. And I didn't know it did that before I read it. I thought it focused on all 4 of them, but oh my goodness, I can't wait to pick it up every night, and I'm so excited to finish it. I've just been dealt a really big twist in the story that I did not see coming at all, so I'm definitely gripped and I can't wait to finish it, as I already said. I'm now going to move on to my toiletry section, which only has 1 item in. I think last time I filmed this video I definitely had a few more, but I've not really bought that many new products recently because I just don't need to. I have rediscovered this old product, however, which I'm a bit embarrassed to say has probably been in the box for a little bit longer than it should have been, but it's this Flexitol heel balm. I go through phases of really taking care of my feet and then completely neglecting them, and so at the moment they are quite dry on the heels, and this stuff literally brings them back to life so quickly. I absolutely love it. It's only about £4 or £5. You can get it in B&M. I think I bought this in Home Bargains, probably a little bit more expensive if you buy it in Boots. but I basically heard everybody raving about this once upon a time, bought it, and it really does work a miracle. My last section is actually food and drink, and I do only have 2 items to show you. However, I can only physically show you one of them, and the first one is this squash. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this in my previous favourites videos, because I've been obsessed with this since last summer, I think, and it's the Robinson's Fruit Creations orange and mango squash. You can get it in other flavours too, but I just don't really like them as much. I think this is incredible. To sum it up, it kind of tastes like the orange and passion fruit J2O, and I think you pay about £1.50 for this when it's on rollback in Asda, which is a little bit more pricey but so worth it. And then when it's not on offer, I paid £2 for it, so it's definitely more of a treat and you can't go guzzling it, but I do really like it and recommend it to anybody that likes tropical flavoured drinks, because this is perfect. And then my last item, unfortunately, as I already mentioned, is one that I can't show you, and that's because it's a recipe. And if you've been watching some of my previous vlogs, you'll know that I've been cooking this dish for about a month or so now, and it is a lemon and prawn pasta. It's off BBC Good Foods website. I will put a little picture of it up here or link it down below. Oh my god, it is just incredible. And it's basically lemon, prawn, pasta, a bit of parmesan, and peas as well. I put peas into it. I'm not sure if that's in the recipe or if I just added those in for a little bit of green. You could also add any other green like spinach, broccoli, anything that you fancied, but I really like having peas in it. I think it's a nice mixture. So yeah, that's my favourite recipe at the minute, and that's also the last item or thing that was my favourite for March. So it does bring me to the end of the video. This was a very short and sweet one. I hope you don't mind. It's just because I've not been buying too many products recently, but there are definitely things here that I really wanted to recommend separate to just mentioning it quickly in a weekly vlog. But other than that, I suppose we should just bring it to a close before I carry on waffling. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed. Comment down below any items that you've been loving recently. I'd love to have a look at all of your recommendations and see if I fancy buying any of them myself. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon in the next video. Goodbye.